This is happy Friday to everyone. I tried to go live and it just seemed like things were not looking good on my end, but I have checked both of my devices and I am connected and my connection is strong. So let's hope that everything will work tonight, okay? We are going to make a fun card using a background stamp called Fragrant Forest, and then I'm going to play a little bit with the Winter Owls bundle. All right, I'm noticing that we're live. I can see the live button, and I am hopefully people will find me. All right, so let's make sure that you guys can see everything okay. All right, so we still have two catalogs. We have our annual catalog and we have our holiday catalog. Oh, hi, Peggy. Thank you for the feedback. Thanks for letting me know. I checked my connection and everything seems to be okay. So, oops. Let's hope, keep our fingers crossed that everything looks good, okay? But thank you. I always appreciate when you guys let me know. So I'm trying to move this over to make sure you guys can see everything. We're going to make one card tonight, and I'm going to do something I haven't done really before with you guys, is use a background stamp. How many of you like to use background stamps? I'm going to be honest, I don't use them as often, probably as I should. And I made a card last night. It's going to be a card that we're going to do in my class next weekend. And I just thought, gosh, this is a gorgeous stamp. And I thought I would demonstrate it tonight with you guys. Hi, Lori. How are you, friend? Chilly, rainy Ohio. Yes, yes. I don't know what our temp is. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can. Nope, it's not on my computer. Wait a minute. Oh, yes, it is. It's 59 degrees right now, but it is raining here in the Sacramento Valley in California. So, and the cat, bless her little heart, she is sitting behind me in my chair, kind of smushed, like, you know, the hollow of your back. That's where she is right now. Her name is Leia. She's a silly girl. She usually hangs out with my daughter, but she snuck in here, and she usually is pretty mellow, so we'll see how it goes. She's trying to keep warm, I think. She says, I'm going to go sit next to Mama because she's warm. All right, so I just checked the status, the inventory status report that demonstrators can view, and this bundle is still available. It has not sold out yet, okay? This stamp, it's a background stamp, it is going to carry over. So we're going to see this in the online store. It's not in our catalog, but it's going to be available online. Once the holiday mini catalog retires, this one will still be available, which I'm loving because I feel like it is so versatile. It is not just a Christmas stamp set. I feel like this needs to go up higher. There we go. So I'm really excited that this is going to carry over. And like I was mentioning in my first video that we were trying and it just didn't work, I've not used backward stamps a lot. I have some and I've used them in my personal stamping, but I don't do them a lot in classes, and I don't know that I've ever demonstrated one. So we're going to do something new tonight. And then this Winter Owls, I'm going to admit that this was one of the first things I purchased from the holiday catalog, and I haven't played with it yet till last night. I just thought it was gorgeous. Not that I'm a big owl fan, but I just thought, oh, it's so beautiful. And the dies are amazing. Let me show you, if I can find it real quickly. I want to show you the samples. Or, yeah, samples. Let's see, where is it? What page is it? I just checked and I found out that the Rocking Horse bundle is sold out now. So that's gone. Oh Holy Night, the whole suite is gone. Not available anymore. Where are those owls? Where are the owls? Why am I not? Oh, here they are. Page 26. Okay. All right, so here's the bundle. You guys see that? So look at this beautiful card. This one looks like they have colored in the owl. This has got a lot of layers and dies on it, and those are just really cute. And then here it's been colored again, looks like with a blending brush, okay? And then we even have one more over here, and you can see this gorgeous die. I'm actually going to use that die tonight. And then here is the background stamp that I'm using tonight. And they actually have used 2 different color greens, or you could even get away with 3. And I didn't do that on my card, but now that I'm looking at this, I'm really intrigued by it. That would be super fun to try and do. I might have to play around with that. All right, so this is carrying over, as I mentioned, and then so is this graceful deer. Both of these background stamps are carrying over. But our winter owls will not be. And so far, they have not sold out yet. They're still available. If you haven't purchased them and you decide tonight that you really, really like it, what I loved about it was that it can be Christmas, but it can also be winter. My husband's birthday is Christmas Day. My brother's birthday is December 28th, and then my dad's birthday is January 6th. So we have a lot of winter birthdays in my family. So I'm always looking for stamp sets that don't look Christmassy, but can be used for winter. And this definitely says that. And it's not necessarily feminine. It can be masculine. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Deanna. How are you, ladies? So glad to see you tonight. All right, let's get started. I'm going to set that aside because it's going to be in my way. Now, when I was playing with this last night and designing my card, and let me show you the card. I'm actually going to do the same card, but I am going to change it up a bit. All right, we're going to add a little bit more to it. Let me hold it up closer so you guys can see. I want to make sure you can see the detail on that die. That owl. And now I wish that I need to put like a little bit of green back there because his eye blends in with the snow right there. But look at that gorgeous, gorgeous owl. The die is just beautiful. And then you can see the detail in this background stamp. I need to slow down. It's just beautiful. There's so much detail in this stamp. Okay, so I think this is a beautiful card just the way it is, but I'm going to try to add a little bit more. You know me, I love to add ribbon and embellishments to my card, so we're going to see if we can try and add that into this. Now, when I stamped, look at this, okay? This is an ink pad that needs to be re-inked. So see how faded that is? I'm going to hold it up so you can. It is pretty faded, right? So I had to re-ink my stamp pad. Now, if you don't know, we do sell the re-inkers, all right? And off the top of my head, I can't remember how much they are. They're like 3 something or 4 something now, because I know that we did raise the prices a little bit with this last catalog. So when you invest in an ink pad, our ink pads come with re-inkers that match the ink exactly. And so you pay the investment of the ink pad, and for the most part, my ink pads have held up. I think I've had one color that it was just so old I had to actually replace it just recently. And it was an ink pad that I've had over 10 years. But our refillers are very economical and we can use them for our ink pads, but I also use them for watercoloring and other stamping techniques. So I just want to make sure you guys are aware to get your re-inkers. I purchased the re-inker bundles because you do get 10% off. And then if I'm placing a big order, or let's say you had a party, you get a half off item. I usually get my ink bundles at half off. I use those as my half off item usually. Okay. So that's a great way to stretch your money. All right, so look at that difference. This was before I re-inked my stamp pad, and then this was after. Huge, huge difference. Okay, and I'm gonna roll up my sleeves because I do not want to get inky. Now, with this background stamp, you have to use our largest block. Can you guys even see the whole block? It's our largest block. We sell the blocks in our annual catalog. Okay, and I am going to actually do it a little bit different. Oh, thank you, Lori. They're $5 now. Okay. I think they were, what, $4 something before? That seems a little high to me. All right, I'll have to go back and look at my catalog. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ink pad. This is Mossy Meadow. All right, and I am going to actually ink it this way. I'm going to see how this goes because, as I told you, my cat is sitting right behind me in the chair, my office chair, in the hollow of my back. So it's like I have a therapeutic pillow behind me. I think she's trying to stay warm. All right, so I am just inking this up really good. And I'm not going to use all of this because this is actually bigger surface area than my piece of paper that I'm going to use. I think you're right, Lori. I'm looking at your comments. Okay, and I need to use the smaller piece. So this piece of white cardstock is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. All right, now I am not going to lift this up and stamp it onto the paper. What I'm actually going to do is lay my paper on top because I kind of wanted to see where my paper was going to be. All right, so I am going to lay it down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our silicone mat. Have you guys ever used our silicone mats? I use them when I'm doing adhesive, and I'm just going to lay that down. So now I can add my pressure and make sure that I am getting all my image inked without getting ink all over my hands. This silicone mat is going to wash off. You can just run it under water. It's meant for using adhesives. It's using, you can use ink, and it's really another economical tool. It's under $10. Okay, so I'm just pressing to make sure I've got all my detail. It's kind of hard because I'm not standing. Usually when I'm stamping, I stand. I feel like I get a little bit more control, and I'm not standing because the cat's behind me. All right, so there's my inked paper. Okay, so let's move this background stamp out of the way, and we're going to lift that up. There we go. Now I will you can see I did get a little bit of ink on me, but not too bad. And then we're going to just run that under water, and it will come right off. I love the silicone mat for this type of stuff. All right, let's make sure I don't want to get ink. See how I got ink on myself? I don't want it wet because I don't want it to get on. I'm going to grab a little bit of hand sanitizer. The cat's just going to have to deal with it because I do not want to get ink on my card in places I don't want it, because inky fingers, now she jumped down, inky fingers can mess up a card. So I always keep hand sanitizer in my craft room, in my stamping room, because the alcohol will help take off, for the most part, take off my ink. All right, and then I will add lotion later. I don't craft with lotion on my hands because then it just makes things a little more difficult. Okay, now I've already cut my card base and I've scored it, so we're just going to fold it. What is on here? Don't know. And then we're going to use our bone folder. Get a nice crisp. I keep moving my placemat over. Nice crisp burnished. And then we're going to add a layer of early espresso. I'm going to close this ink pad because it is making me nervous. With a cat in the room, you never know what's going to happen. Okay, look at that. I just turned over a piece of cardstock, but it was the way it's cut. I will justify that. When you cut your cardstock, you can kind of tell a little bit, like one side's smoother than the other, and so I want the rougher edge on the underside. Have you guys ever noticed that when you cut paper? You can tell where you cut, and so I like that to be on the underside and the smooth part on the top. And then we're going to add this layer. So each layer is 1/4 of an inch smaller, okay? Now, I think I already made a boo-boo, but oh well. I wanted to add ribbon to this card. I was going to do a ribbon wraparound. This is in the holiday catalog, and it is the white iridescent ribbon. I believe this ribbon is carrying over, but I could be mistaken. I can't remember. There's 2 white ribbons, and I can't remember if this is the one that's carrying over or if it's the other one that's carrying over, but it has an iridescent look to it. Now, we're going to figure out, because look at the first card. The first card looks like this. I was thinking somehow of seeing if I could do a bow, like a wraparound bow, and moving my branch a little bit, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, you guys. What do you think? And I don't think I'm going to do a bow. I think I'm going to do just a tie, a little knot. So this is another trick to help save your ribbon. Just cut a length, okay? And then you're going to go low, hold it taut, and then you're going to add your adhesive and just fold it over. And then you're saving some ribbon instead of wrapping it around the whole piece of paper. That helps make your ribbon last longer. Okay, now let's add our adhesive. Whew. And we'll do our knot. Okay. Now we're going to slip this underneath. And come on. Make a little knot. If I can get my fingers to cooperate. All right. Trying to get it to lay a little better. And then we're going to trim it. Okay, get that scrap out of there. You guys can't see. I keep moving out of the, ever since I bought this new phone, it's different. And so I'm watching myself in my laptop, and it's just different than what I used to have. Okay, there's the little tie. Now, let's see. This is my die. I didn't take my paper out. You can see my paper is still stuck in there. So I'm using my U-Pick tool, the sharp end, and see the little holes in your dies? I don't know if you guys knew this, but I just poke in those little holes, and that helps pop out my piece. All right, makes it super easy. Not sure if you guys knew that that existed. And then I'm going to just make sure that all the little pieces are popped out of our owl. They're like little rounded hearts. Okay, there's that piece. And the owl, actually, it's hard for you guys to see. I'm going to put it on the color. All right, so that's what he looks like. But there's these two dies, okay, that are an extension of his wing. And we're going to make his wings a little bit more dynamic. Now, I did notice when I put these through my Big Shot, I still have a Big Shot, that it wasn't, these are very intricate dies. There's a lot of detail on here, okay? And I found that when I put them in, usually I will put my paper down, I'll put my paper and I put my die down like this and I run it through. It wasn't cutting. So when I have really intricate dies, what I end up doing is putting my die in like this on my plate, then putting my paper over and then putting the plate on top of it. And it will cut the paper better that way when the dies are super intricate. So there's another little tip for you guys. All right, let's move all these little slivers that are popping out of our wings, because what we're going to do is we're going to glue these guys on here and make his wings extra, extra, extra awesome. Okay? So I'm going to pull my liquid glue. All right, I keep my liquid glue in like, I don't know what this is. Somebody gave it to me. It's like a little shot glass, I guess. I've seen some demonstrators use fun containers or whatnot. I just use this plastic cup and I keep it that way. So all my glue goes down to my tip that I'm using, and it makes it easier to use. Now, when I took my stamping with me to Shasta a couple weeks ago, or yeah, about a week ago, it was Thanksgiving break. Because of the elevation, my glue was like hopping out of my bottle. It didn't want to stay in the bottle. It was really funny. So I was like, I had to get my cap back on my glue bottle super fast because the glue was just oozing. It did not want to stay in the bottle. All right. I have to look at my, we want, that one goes there. And we're going to do this one here. So the open parts go at the top of the wing and the closed parts go towards the body. Okay? And we just use a little bit of liquid glue and glue that on. And let's add a little bit to this side. Just a very thin, let me get it started again. There we go. Just a very thin line. I'm not even really squeezing on my bottle. And oh, she hopped on again. She's coming behind me. All right. And this one needs to go down a little more. This is why we use liquid glue, because it gives you a little more wiggle room. One wing seems to be longer than the other. And I noticed this when I did it last night. It'll work. Okay. Now, we're going to need to put our branch on here. I have to decide where we're going to do the branch, and we got to decide where the owl's going to be. Ugh. And I need some dimensionals. Cat is smushed behind me. So I wanted it to look like he's jumping off the branch, but I'm kind of feeling like the bow really is in the way. It's really in the way. And I can't get my fingers to work. If I do it up high, that's kind of in the way there too. Maybe we don't use the branch on this one. Yeah, it doesn't seem to really have a good place. So I think we're going to skip the branch because I wanted to use a bow on this one, ribbon, but I don't know that it's going to work. Come on. Oh my goodness. Now these are the big dimensionals. I might end up having to cut some of these. I can put it on these closed part of the wing. And we're going to put it over here on this closed part. How are you guys doing on your Christmas shopping? I know it's only December 1st, but I like to get it done so it's done. Most of my Christmas shopping has been done online. Because I'm such a busy person, I don't have a lot of time to get into stores. So I have not been, I've gone in a couple gift shops and whatnot when we've been out and about, and I've picked a few things up. But the majority of my shopping's been done online because I can do it during my breaks at work. Oops. And we have a bunch of boxes that have been showing up at the house. So after I get this tree done tonight and get the rest of my decorations put up, I'm going to start wrapping gifts and get it done now. We usually wait. When the kids were little, we wouldn't wrap the gifts until like a day or two before Christmas. And it was, I just remember it would take forever to get the wrapping done. So I want to get it done and out of the way, because I end up doing most of the wrapping. Peggy just asked me, how would you color the owl? If I wanted to do color on my owl, and I think I showed in the catalog that there were some owls that had been colored. They looked like they were done with blending brushes. And we'll look at that picture one more time. You can pull out your catalog and look as well. Now see how this one eye right here falls onto white? And I had that problem before. What I would probably do is take my Mossy Meadow pen and just put a little bit of green back there so we can actually see that eye better. So that's a little tip that I would do for that, because I want to make sure that you can see the eyes. I just don't know where else we're going to put this branch without it being in the way. And I don't think I have any space in between those dimensionals that I can get it in here, because you really don't see it. It doesn't work. Not with that ribbon on the bottom. So if you're going to do ribbon, you probably don't have room for the branch. If you do the branch, I don't know that you're going to have room for the ribbon. You have to make a decision. This one might be more of a feminine card, where the other one I did is a little bit more masculine. And I didn't put any sentiment on this this card, either one that I did last night or today. I'm not going to put a sentiment on. And these are our iridescent rhinestones. And I'm just putting those on to add a little bit more sparkle on the card. Okay. The other thing that you could do is take your Wink of Stella and you could color your owl with Wink of Stella. Which that actually looks really, really pretty. I'm not pressing on it. It's just whatever is on the tip of my brush. That looks really, really pretty. And I know that you guys can't see the Wink of Stella really good on the camera, but oh my gosh, it does look really awesome. It just looks so snowy and sparkly and wintry. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not squeezing, because sometimes when you squeeze these, you get a big old glob out. It's just whatever was on the tip from my last project. Okay, let me hold that up and see if you guys can see the sparkle. Do you see the sparkle on the owl? So pretty. Okay, now let's do the inside of our card. Okay, we're going to do the inside piece. So what I'm going to do is take, there's a really lovely sentiment, and it says, "May you have time to enjoy the quiet moments of this season." I love to sit in my chair, my arm back chair, and just look at the Christmas tree. Now, I prefer white lights on my Christmas tree. My husband prefers multicolor lights. And this year we have the multicolor lights on the tree, and so I'm not as happy, but I can deal with it. There's just something about the white lights. Now I'm going to take Pool Party, and I am going, there are some little snowflakes, and we're going to just ever so lightly stamp snowflakes around the top of our card. Okay? Just like they're falling down. Then we're going to take our Mossy Meadow, if I can open it, and we are going to, nope, we don't want to stamp a green owl. We're going to stamp the pine branch. Okay, and we are going to stamp that down here on the bottom. Can you guys see? Moving it up so you guys can see. Remember, don't rock the boat. Just nice, even pressure. Okay, there's my pine. Then I'm going to take a scrap of white. Just a scrap of white. And I need my early espresso again. And we're going to stamp this sitting owl. On a scrap. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead, you know what, I'll let the ink dry first. Let's let the ink dry. Now, there is a die for this, but sometimes I just feel it takes me longer to set up my machine and get the die on there than to just fussy cut it. So I'm just going to do a quick fussy cut. Who is a fan of white lights or multicolor lights. I saw that Peggy likes the white lights like I do. So I love to sit with a hot drink, whether it's my tea or maybe some apple cider, and I will sit and just enjoy the tree. And we're gonna put this down here. Now, you could stamp on top, but then you're gonna see a branch through your owl's body, and we don't want that. We don't want to pierce our owl's body with a pine branch, right? So that's why I stamped one, and we want it to look like he's perched on the branch, not that he's been stabbed by a branch. Okay? See how pretty that is? And then I'm going to take my Wink Stella, and I'm just going to dab in between the ink. Give him a little bit of sparkle. As I'm doing this, it's wetting the ink, and so he's not looking as white, but that's fine. Okay. Then, just shaking it to let it dry. We're going to put that on the inside of our card. Sometimes I'll do a double matte on the inside. It just depends. You could put a layer of early espresso paper in here and then put your white. It's totally up to you. I went ahead and just did the white this time. And there is the inside of our card. Isn't that just beautiful? I love it. It's so pretty. So that is our card with the ribbon and some gems, and then this is our card with the branch. And my ink is darker on this one because I had just re-inked my stamp pad. That's why it's so dark. So I this one isn't as dark. I like the dark on this one, so I'm wondering if I should add more ink to my ink pad. But you know how it is when you first ink up an ink pad and it's like super, super juicy. So what do you guys think? Which one do you like better? Do you like the ribbon or do you like the branch? Let me know in the comments. All right, so today is December 1st. So if you are a demonstrator, we get to pre-order from the spring mini catalog on the 5th. I can show you the outside of the catalog. Oh, interesting. So Lori and Peggy both like the one with the ribbon. Very interesting. It's a little bit more feminine, I think. There's room that I could still put a sentiment here if I wanted, but I left it just because sometimes I need a few cards without sentiments because I don't know what the occasion might be. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I can add in my sentiment later. So, if you're a demonstrator, you have probably already gotten your copy of the mini catalog. This is going to go live for customers in January, and our celebration brochure. So celebration is like the best time of the Stampin' Up! Year. So for every $50 you spend, you get something free out of this brochure. And there's way more this time than I think we've ever had. There's like over 10 things. And there's stamp sets, and there's packs of paper. There's actually more packs of paper, I think, than stamp sets, which is usually the reverse. Usually there's more stamps than there are paper. And they had just recently started doing paper like a year or two ago. And there's a phenomenal join deal. So if you're thinking about becoming a demonstrator because you want the discount, Celebration is the time to do it. I'm just going to take a real quick peek. So normally, let's see, I'm looking at it. Normally, our starter kit's $99, and you get $125 worth of product that you get to choose, and you get free shipping on that. Well, in addition to that, during celebration, you have two options. One option is going to be, you can choose this glass mat station, which is a retail value of $60. It has a glass mat. It's tempered glass. It has a silicone mat and a cleaning cloth. It's like this little station that you can add with your mat for like watercoloring. It is amazing. And demonstrators, if you're an active demonstrator, you can only get it during the pre-order. So, and I think we're limited to one. So I'm going to be ordering mine, and I'm going to give it to myself for Christmas because it is gorgeous. The other option, if you don't want the glass mat for your workstation, you can choose an additional $30 of free products to add to your starter kit. So instead of $125, you would get $155 worth of product for $99. So there's a really good join deal. So you might want to consider purchasing the starter kit in January just because you're going to get more freebies. And I look at it as like it's a Costco membership. You know, with Costco, you pay a fee and then you get to shop there at a discounted rate. Well, this, you are spending $99. You're going to get $125 plus an additional gift. And then you get to shop with your discount. So, you know, with Costco, you pay a fee and you don't get anything. Here, you pay your $99 and you get your money back and free stuff, basically. So I think it's a great deal. Celebration is always, we've had a few awesome promotions this last year, it seems like. They've really stepped up their game in offering some great deals for demonstrators. So it's really exciting. It's the best time when there's an awesome promotion. That's the time to sign up because you get more freebies. I am super excited to say that I was ranked like 74 out of the whole United States for team building, which was a total mind-blowing experience. I did not expect that. I have a team of 16 ladies, and we have so much fun. We gather in person and on Zoom and have meetings and gatherings. We're going to have a Christmas party this month. I do creative challenges each month. I give away prizes for challenges and for bettering your best and just all sorts of fun things. I try and just make it fun. Most of my team are hobby demonstrators, or what I like to call happy discount shoppers. And we're just like this big girl gang that likes to get together and play with ink, stamps, and paper. It's so much fun. I love to spoil my team as well. So if you are curious or contemplating joining, let's talk. I would love to add you to my team. You'll want to do that in January. Think about it. Although if you join now, you won't get the freebies, but if you join now, you can order your pre-order before anybody else can. You can order from the mini catalog a month before everybody else can. That's another perk as a demonstrator, is we get to order things before anybody else does. So, anywho, I'm going to let you guys go because I'm going to go decorate my Christmas tree with the multicolored lights. I'm not grumbling, not a bit. I love spending my Friday nights with you guys. I've missed you the last 2 weekends. I hope you guys have been well. I hope that you are enjoying the holiday season. I mean, it's just started. We've got a whole month to enjoy. I would love to hear what you guys have planned. What are you going to be doing during the holidays? Let me know. I love to hear what you guys are going to be doing. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I made way too many mashed potatoes. We still have mashed potatoes in the refrigerator, and I think I'm going to have to dump some of them because I don't know if they're still good. But I always make too much food. We had 2 Thanksgivings. We had Thanksgiving, just the 4 of us, because Logan was working. And then we went down to the Bay Area and spent Sunday with my folks and my brother's family and celebrated Thanksgiving with them. So we have had our fill of turkey. Don't want to really see mashed potatoes for a while. But I'm excited. I've been playing my Christmas music. I'm done making my Christmas cards. Luckily, I had surplus from last year. And so I am going to sit and work on my Christmas cards, writing them out and getting them in the mail. I would love to send you a Christmas card. So make sure that I have your address, and you can personal message me, and I will send you a Christmas card in the mail. All right? Okay, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. And be blessed. Enjoy something. Slow down this weekend if you can. Just take a moment to slow down. And as this card says, have some quiet moments. Some time to just enjoy the quiet moments. Okay? Hugs to everybody. Love you much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.